So welcome to Ron's New Self podcast, and today we are going to talk about money. But it's not about budgeting, it's not about number, it's about sovereignty and why money becomes charged when sovereignty is clear. Because a lot of time it is about who get evaluated, who has authority, and whose needs are considered legit. So when sovereignty is clear, money becomes supportive and empowerment and practical. When it's not, money starts to feel heavy and more like emotionally loaded. And a lot of the time, when sovereignty is unclear, money conversation become very tense, and the emotions can overshadow the conversation, the discussion. This often leads to misunderstanding and a lack of respect. However, when we approach the conversation with dignity and respect, acknowledging everyone's needs, it creates a positive and supportive environment. And this approach ensures that both individual and organization maintain their integrity and can thrive together. So this episode is a continuation from previous episode. But because money is one of the fastest places where nervous system patterns show up. So a lot of money conversation don't explode. They don't even become like a dramatic argument of conflicts. Sometimes they just quietly drain the body system. Especially when people hold it in, they didn't feel like their voice get heard. Then the energy drop, the motivation disappear, and the body feels heavy. There's less energy in the system, and the body feels more cold. And people can still think logically, and they can still function, but with less energy. So the thoughts will change. The warmness, the self-compassion, or self-love feels far away. So these are a nervous system state change. It's called early dorsal, which is like a functional freeze. And when the nervous system says, okay, there's evaluation, there's instead of partnership, and some people, the coping mechanism is that they don't fight. Some people might fight. Some people withdraw, they shut down. So and money is one of the topics that trigger this very easily, quickly, because it often carries the authority, the judgment, and the worth. So today, instead of fixing the money, the budgeting, the same issue, I want to talk to the root cause and to restore the sovereignty. And I want to offer a very simple framework. There's 3 types of money, and most conflict happens when these 3 types of money get mixed up together. So the first is safety and survival money. This includes water, shelter, food, and basic medical needs and things. So this money is like a requirement, basic. And if this category is not stable, then a lot of times the system is more agitated. And when people, if they have argument for this section, money, it is more about the safety. So the next section is shared money. The second type is the shared money. It includes that the family decisions and the large purchases and the long-term planning. So shared money requires very clear rules and not emotional pressures. If the rule is not clear, then the discussion here sometimes become, and the rule can change, right? Yeah, it evolves with the life. So when the rule is not very clear, then the spending here might feel emotionally pressure. So one of the most important sentences here is that if you are stressed about money, you can talk about the stress, say the stress itself, but don't evaluate the other side, the other people, or evaluate yourself. Because stress here is the information, but the evaluation is a threat to the sovereignty. So when stress turns into judgment, the body tightens, and now it's no longer a money conversation. It becomes identity defense, and that never go well with the conversation. We all see that. Do you recall a time that the defense is in act? The conversation didn't go well. And how you can change it if you're aware actually it is sovereignty is here. How you can change it. So the third type is personal sovereignty money. This includes in the personal choice, the things make you feel like joy and beauty and growth. This category is not about like how much is it, but really it's rather like smaller, a little bit smaller amount, but it's more about permission, right? The permission, like, are you allowed to receive the beauty of life? Are you allowed to receive the things? So, when this personal sovereignty is not respected, then people feel unsupported. But when this personal sovereignty is supported, respected, then people feel more supported and feel being seen. So a lot of times, like sovereignty usually erodes very quietly in the conversation. So like sometimes they're emotionally charged and the tone replaces clarity. The real message get lost. The real clear message get lost because the emotion overshadow the real message. And there's like some people try to push other, manipulate other people, and this like pressure or like erodes the honesty or the authenticity and the trust. And there's also sometimes there's evaluation. Okay, who's wrong, who's right, who should get more, whose needs are more legitimate, right? So this evaluation like replace the equal and the partnership. So then in this situation, like it sounds like okay, the structure is not clear, the money. Like even though the money is there, there's money. Like I don't feel supported. Like the other side never support me, or like, so these are like it doesn't feel safe for the system to open up to express their needs. So in these situations, when the clarity is lost or unclear, the sovereignty is unclear, the money becomes a verdict on people's worth. And in those situations, like people may still look okay on outside. They look reasonable, they think logically, they look calm. But inside, the system is quietly asking these very fundamental, deep questions. Am I safe to have my needs here? Am I allowed to what I want? Yeah. So if the answer to this is no, then people will use different coping mechanism. A lot of time, especially for women, they start expressing their need. So the withdrawal starts from here. And when withdrawal starts here, then it becomes it actually related to the liver, the chi of the liver. So they don't feel good about this, but they can't express it out because they hold it back. So they don't express out. Then where does it go? It's still in the body. Yeah, then it becomes like the beginning of a lot of disease. So here, I want to offer you a very powerful but a gentle one. And I don't want you to answer this quickly. I want you to feel into it and be curious about yourself and just think like, okay, what if money is like not part of the equation at all? What if like we don't take money into consideration for now? So what does like having a say look like for you in your daily life? What does this having a look like for you in your like family life, in your personal life, in your work, and in other situations that in your life? So what would it look like? Would it look like you follow through on the things you say, like or maybe like follow through on the homework you ask your kids to do? Or it may look like you honor your time. If you say it's like 1 hour, you honor your time. Or like being consulted before the big decisions are made. Or have a budget you can control. Or have like specific time and projects that are for yourself. And have your needs responded. So what does it look like? What does this authority look like for you in your life? So when we are a little bit clear about this, we can say the things to ourselves. We can take action. We can take the action. We can say the things. But if this like a defense mechanism has been there for many years, then the shift, the change, we can be patient with ourselves. We don't need to expect like, oh, I have to change it overnight. Yes, you can, but it's okay, like one at a time, right? You don't overwhelm your system. You can be patient with yourself and just one at a time. Also, you can look into, oh, I like that person's like sovereignty, like how they say these things in one side, or maybe they are very sovereign in work, but maybe not that sovereign in life. So, in different situations, or some people may be very sovereign in money. So you can find these role models in your life and just keep looking, and you will find the answer. And to make any like changes stick, you also need to change your identity. So a lot of time, when you are independent earner, you are automatically as authority figure. But that was that's very good, and that's good. But also we want to this authority actually is more external validated, right? Yeah. So the new authority is from internal anchored. It's from internal. So a system like we want to internal anchored in a new authority that in various different areas of life. Yeah. So when we shift our identity, and our language will shift as well. So we might say things like, okay, we can discuss this, we can have this conversation about money, but I don't want to be evaluated, right? Or be like feeling small or belittled. Or someone, if they feel like they make more money, or they feel they have the final say, then you have to let them know. Like you actually have the equal say to the things. Yeah. So that's like a sovereignty. You speak for yourself, you stand for yourself. And also if you get something, maybe they don't like it, or they have different preference, like you don't need to justify it. This is my personal choice, so I don't need to justify it. You make it clear. This is my personal choice. That's my personal preference. Like someone likes sweet, someone likes salty. So I don't need to justify for it. Yeah. So this restore the position. And the last episode I talked about this position, how this position that you are sharing information, or you ask for advice, or you like just expressing your needs. So different position, if you make it clear, people knows how to respond better. Otherwise, they just respond from the default position, which is usually like you say, oh, I feel a little bit down, I want you to hear this, but don't give me advice right now, just hearing it, that's already supportive. Then that will be actually good, but otherwise they just start from their default position. A lot of times that is fixing you, fixing the problem, fixing the thing, like automatic suggestion. So these things. So now I want to close. So actually money doesn't create sovereign problem. It exposes the sovereign. So when sovereign is unclear, the money actually becomes a very powerful to impulse you and be practical, and it's not a verdict on your worth. And last episode we talked about awareness and early signs, early signals, and today was more. Today we talk about money, the structure, different 3 types of money, and some language goes with it. So and how to stay sovereign in the important moment of life. So notice how this can change for you, because clarity itself is already regulating. Yeah, if you're interested in this conversation or want to go deeper, you can find me and if you feel like this is very helpful for you, and if you want to talk to me, you can find me on Heartstring Blossom, and you can book sessions from there. I can walk you go deeper on these one-on-one sessions. Yeah. If you have a group things, or you want me to talk about something like puzzles, you can also send me messages. I can respond to you in the following podcast and videos. So okay, thank you very much, and have a good day, and if I see you next time, take care.